we have both been part of coverage from war zones. Even Iraq in 2003, Western journalists could get on the ground and do their own reporting.
This is a very rare situation unfolding here in Gaza over the last 20 months, where effectively the only way to get in as a journalist is as an embed with the Israeli military. Many of the local freelancers in Gaza either have been evacuated by their organizations, have lost their homes and dealing with other matters. Some have been killed in the fighting as well. And so in many cases, Western news media must rely not on local reporters anymore, but on random civilians, on activists, on aid organizations, people who either have an agenda or are worried about what Hamas might do to them. It makes it increasingly difficult here to get information. Now, the Israelis will say officially, we can't allow journalists in because it's very unsafe. Now, journalists have experience covering war zones, whether, as you mentioned, Iraq, Afghanistan, Ukraine. They wear press jackets. They try to alert militaries involved as to their whereabouts. And so the Israelis officially say this for the safety, but ultimately journalists are like, come on, we cover war zones and we take responsibility for our own safety. I think the bigger concern, what the Israelis won't say officially, is they don't want them betting with Hamas. They don't want them in the tunnels. They don't want them potentially being put in situations where Hamas offers them interviews or access to the hostages. Beyond that, the Israelis want free access to be able to take out terror leaders and have their way with what they think they need to do in Gaza. And so say they get intel that, Mohammed Sinwar, who they killed last week, that, he's somewhere and they need to take him out. And then they see on the ground that there's like a Reuters photographer. They don't want to have to deal with that. So they have blocked things out. When you block out Western reporters, then you complain that the Western reporters aren't getting the story straight. Well, you can't have it both ways. There is definitely responsibility there, and the Israelis have to come up with a better media strategy. But I will say there is responsibility here for the media organizations who know 20 months in, stuff coming from the Gaza Health Ministry is Hamas. They make a lot of stuff up. And sometimes you have to retract it, as in the Washington Post, as in the BBC. I'm not absolving blame here for major media organizations that still feel like they're in this speed race. Hamas says, there's 26 dead and 200 injured here, and it's been like 7 minutes. All these guys should know better than to just repeat that, copy paste, and or maybe you repeat that, but you provide disclosure. Hey, we're not on the ground to verify this. This is what the Hamas-run ministry is claiming here. We don't have pictures to back that up. If you keep repeating things, then a few days later you correct them, nobody sees the correction. And so I think that the Israelis have to figure out a better strategy. The Israelis have to allow journalists access to this place after 20. Even during the ceasefire, journalists weren't given free access to Gaza. And so you're creating a situation where misinformation is going to be rife.